Okay, this is going to work. Move that back a little bit. Sorry, there ain't not a whole lot I can do about this. Okay. Anyway, at least my video for me anyway is not frozen up like it was last time. Let me see. Is that? Well, that's a little bit better. We can do that. How about that? It's a little bit weird, but that's not too bad. I'm a little bit weird, but hey, I am weird. Oh my. I had to get myself a drink on the way up. I'm later than I wanted to be. I'm usually earlier than this. But I come upstairs and all of a sudden I gotta go. And then when I go downstairs, I realize I left the milk on top of the freezer that I had taken out for the chickens. And it was melting. I have a quilt on top, like a cheap quilt thing on top of my freezer to kind of keep the cold in. And it was starting to melt and leak on it. So I was like, I had to go get that to the chickens. And it's like, so anyway, it's just, and then I got it set up. And well, anyway, here's to say, I didn't get up here as soon as I wanted to. So yeah, but so I had to get a drink. I was dry. So this is one of those powder drinks. It's made with stevia, so it's a little bit better than water. Sometimes I drink plain water. Sometimes I want something that's got a little bit more flavor to it. Anyways, I don't know if anybody's going to show up or not because it's beautiful weather out there right now, and I probably should be outside building Grace bed boxes. But I'm in here instead, enjoying the cool breeze coming through my open window. It's wonderful. I've been hearing the froggies doing their peepings. I don't know how much longer. I mean, they may go back underground or whatever it is they do again before we're finally into the permanent warm weather. But it seems to me we've got a couple of days yet where we might actually have to have a fire. Like the last couple of days, no fire, no heater. Well, I have to admit, I do turn the electric heater on first thing in the morning, but that's so I can set my cup of coffee on top because, oh, now why did you do that, you crazy thing? There we go. That's better. I get this real weird pop-up on this computer. It's like a side menu or something. I don't know why it thinks it has to do that, but it does. And sometimes I can get rid of it and sometimes I can't. Well, this time it went away of its own accord. So anyway, yeah. So, that's my new wall. Okay, it's not finished. I want to caulk the seams, okay, and smooth it out a little bit more. But this is that El Cheapo 1/4-inch plywood, okay. It's the stuff that was on the pallets, so it's a little bit dirty, a little bit marred, and stuff like that. It's not perfect. You can't use it for anything outside because as soon as it gets wet, it falls apart. Okay, but I have no plumbing up here. There's not going to be any wet unless the window leaks, and hopefully it won't. But that's the only thing up here, and I've got to do the trim out on the window. But yeah. But this is my new wall. So I got a new wall here. I got a new wall over there on the one side. And then I still have this wall over on this side to do. Let me see here. I can show you. Can you see this? Down there. Okay. Take it slowly. Yeah, I got wiring there. Okay, but that's the exposed installation, and that's what I've been living with for 3 years. Yeah. So I'm finally getting it covered. I don't know that I have enough plywood to do the whole upstairs. Thankfully, these walls here that have the um, this here the roof that comes down the little short knee wall. That's just short, so it won't take me long to do that. The hardest part is putting in nailers as I need them. I discovered on that other wall. Oh, here you're getting glared from the window. That's a little bit better. Okay. Yeah. I discovered with the one on that side that I really should have nailers just at the bottom of this wall here. Okay, let me see here. Figure out where my hand is. Just at the bottom where this roof stops at the wall, I should have a nailer there. Because the boards over there, they're not really meeting up too good. There's not really much to nail them to. I mean, I guess I can cover that up with some trim when I get around to it, if I get around to it. But this is just my bedroom, so it's not like it's a major entertaining center or anything like that. Okay, it's just my bedroom. I just want to cover the insulation. Okay, hopefully, depending on the price, I'm going to paint the wall. I'll get some primer to begin with, probably just some white primer, and whether or not I add any color to it later on, I don't know. I mean, it's El Cheapo plywood. I'm just going to, put some white primer on it to begin with, and we'll see where we go from there. Just because it's got, marks and stuff, and I don't know that they can be washed off because, like I said, it's cheap plywood. But it's better than bare insulation, right? So that's what I'm doing. So, what has been going on? Well, we're finishing up the firewood. I've had some that needed to be split and cut because it was just too big to go into my wood stove. And seeing as all we have is my little axe, a 2-pound sledgehammer, and that hammer jobby manual splitter. It was $25 at Tractor Supply. That's all we've got for splitting wood. And some of the stuff, there ain't no way that you're gonna it's gonna fit in the stove because it's just so big and gnarly. I cut a couple of pieces yesterday with my reciprocating saw, and I managed to get that done. The thing, I can only do that for so long because the vibration of the reciprocating saw kind of gets to me a bit. But I take a break, go back at it, and if I have to take another break, I take another break, and I go back at it. I'm hoping that I told the guy that we have a potbelly stove, and I'm hoping he'll be a little bit more careful about giving us wood that is a little bit easier for us to manage. I'm hoping. I mean, the guy's really nice, and I mean, he stands here and talks a little bit with us, and we hear, things about what he's coming across as he's delivering firewood and whatnot. And he's been telling me that he's been coming across a lot of people that have been moving into Kentucky from other states that are a little more restrictive. So, he's kind of interested in it, and he sees the things that are going on around us, and he understands that things are not going to get any better anytime soon. Even if Trump got in, or even if Biden was out tomorrow, there has been so much damage done. It's going to take a while, I think, for anything to come back. And that's a big if. I mean, the powers that be, we can only do so much. I mean, I love the Freedom Convoys and everything. I completely support them. As a matter of fact, if you haven't been watching Dizzy's Doings, okay, she posted a video on her channel of the Freedom Convoy in New Jersey today. She tried to go live, but she wasn't able to. But if you get a chance, pop over there and watch her video, Dizzy's Doings. If I think about it, later on when I edit this, I don't edit the video. I edit the description and whatnot. If I think about it, I'll put the link in my description for her for her video. That's what happens when I drink. So anyway, yeah. So I fully support that. I mean, there's just been so much government overreach in so many people's lives, and they have just devastated families and businesses, and they don't seem to care. They don't care. It's like they're all about control and lining their own pockets. You have the odd one that is decent, okay, the odd one, but there's only so much they can do, and a lot of times their hands are tied. You stand up there and yell and scream all you want if they're not willing to listen. I mean, look at what Trudeau did up in Canada, and he's still being tyrannical. I mean, there's still people in jail that in normal times they would have been out on bail, but because he's got a vendetta against them for whatever reason, because they were trying to stand up against him, I don't know, but they weren't trying to overthrow him or anything like that. But his cronies are, just keeping these poor people in jail when they have been charged with a misdemeanor. Okay, you're not imprisoned indefinitely with a charge of a misdemeanor. I mean, this is ridiculous, and they're still sitting there. I don't know if their race has anything to do with it. The one person is a native, an Aboriginal Canada. The other one, I heard he was part. I don't know if that's true or not. This is just what I heard. I don't know if it makes you wonder, because I guess the Canadian government doesn't have a whole lot of good track record when it comes to how they treat their native population. So, hey, Christy Betts, how you doing? Nice to see you. I got in here a little bit late, but oh well. So there's my new wall. No more bare installation, at least on this wall. I still have the one over here to do on this side. Okay. But I have to cut some 2x4s, and I put my plywood away because we were supposed to have rain today. And if this plywood gets wet, then it's no good. It just falls apart. So I put it away down in the barn, thinking we were going to get rain today. So I can't do that. Thanks. Of course, it's not the prettiest and it's not the cleanest, but it's better than bare installation, right? And when I slap some paint on there, hopefully it'll make it look better. Anyway, so yeah, and we're supposed to have rain tomorrow too. So if, I figure, well, I don't have to do that right now. If I have a break in the weather, I really have to get some planter boxes built, my raised bed boxes built, because as you know, with everything that's going on in the world, I mean, I got to get something planted in the ground. Well, in the raised beds, because working on the ground, that doesn't do too good with me. Okay. It's hard on me to get down on my knees on the ground. I mean, there are times when I do it, like getting down on my knees on the floor to get this wall done. It kills me, but I do it. Okay. I do it. So I think we have 4 days rain coming. Yeah. We just have, from what it looks like, is just tomorrow. I mean, we were going to have more, the original forecast that I looked at, the only clear day was going to be Tuesday, but now I don't know. I know we're getting it tomorrow. And I thought we were going to be getting some more days this week, with Tuesday being the only clear day. But now it looks like it's going to be sunny all week, which is good because I want to order some more firewood. He says he's cutting firewood through April. So So if he does, I'm going to try and get some more firewood. What I need to get someone here to cut down some trees. I've got certain trees that I have got to get cut down. And some of them can be cut up for firewood. Okay. But I have not been able to get anybody here to cut the trees down. I mean, I've asked a couple of people for a quote. Okay, how much would you charge me to cut these trees down? And it's ones they have to come down, like the ones on my dam, they have to come down. And I just haven't been able to get anybody to answer me. So last time I planted bush beans in the ground, my back wasn't happy with me. Yeah, exactly. So bush beans are going to get planted hopefully in raised beds. I got to try and see if I can find somebody local who will deliver garden soil in bulk. Because to buy the bags, I mean, well, you know how expensive things are right now. And the bags of soil, if it's more than $10 a bag, I mean, that adds up. And from what I've seen, they're like $4 or $5, even $8 to $10 last time I looked. And it's like, that's a lot of money, when you add up enough to fill the raised beds that I've got. Now, some of my raised beds are going to have compost, obviously, from the horse manure, the cow manure, and the goat manure. But once that starts to break down, I mean, you lose a lot of volume. So, and the pile I've got from last year, well, the chickens have been at it. So they kind of like spread that around a little bit. So I need to gather some of that. That'll probably go on top because that's been composted. But the goat manure, you don't have to compost that. It's like rabbit manure. You can put that right in the gardens and it's perfectly fine. Now, the horse and cattle manure, yeah, you need to compost that. So hopefully I'm going to clean the run-in out. And there's some areas that's down in the pasture where she continually goes and does her business there. Put branches in the bottom. Yes, that's what I've been doing. I've been putting branches in the bottom. And that does help. But, it's still, you can only do so much. It'd be nice if I get my husband out to do a little bit more, but he can only do so much for so long. He gets worn out. He'll put a few branches in the bottom. I tell you, he just doesn't like to. He doesn't understand. Okay, like when you prune something. Okay, when you prune it, you cut it way back. Okay, his idea of pruning is snip up here. My idea of pruning is down here. Okay, and he doesn't get that concept. And when you with the branches, putting it in the box, he thinks, oh, I'll just put a few in the very bottom. Okay, well, no, you got to have a good pile in there because my boxes are deep, and he just doesn't quite. And even when it comes to money, he's like, he doesn't want to spend the money, so it's a struggle. And he just, if I get a little bit of help from him, I'm doing good. He has been pretty good about the wood. Okay. I think he finally I went to Walmart and bought their $3 bags of garden dirt and mixed it with manure. I was able to grow everything. Was that this year, Heaven's Bound, or was that last year? Because it seems to me this year I thought the prices were higher. I mean, I will be checking them out though. But if I can get it just in bulk, if I can get someone to bring a small dump truck with a load of dirt, garden dirt, and dump it here, that would be a whole sight easier, I think, and probably cheaper. But I don't know if there's anybody local that does that. I mean, up in New Jersey, I knew a couple places where you could get that, but I don't know about down here. So, I mean, we'll see. Thing is, I got, when you're on a fixed income, as you know, you've got to be really careful where you put the money. Now, this month I've been holding back because I do want to get more firewood, so we have it for next year. Last year, okay. Is it the same price this year? Okay. Hopefully it stays that way. we'll see. I may have to go to town. I'm hoping I don't have to go to town this week. Thing is, oh man, we got gas today. $3.94. My husband about hit 4. I mean, it just, he was shocked that the price had gone up that much since the last time we got gas. And it seems to me, I think it was $3.29 when we got gas last time. I hate to leave my good compost behind. I need it in Tennessee. Yeah, I know. But then you got to weigh the price. Okay, is it going to cost me more to transport it down there than it's worth? I mean, I don't know what's available down there in Tennessee. Is the soil down there on your property? Is it like not so great? I know my soil, where I want to put the garden anyway, is not that great because it's on the hillside. And from when the bulldozer came and bulldozed the house that was here before our house, it's clay, virtually clay. Now I've been letting the ducks and the chickens and the goats and all the critters come up and they do their business on my hillside. I figure, you know what, that's just going to add nutrients to my hillside. So, $3.99 here yesterday, and getting to Tennessee is becoming more expensive. Yes, I know. How much longer before you can stay in Tennessee, Christy? I'm sure you're probably chomping at the bit to get down there for keeps. Man, it's hard on a lot of people. And you know what? I don't know if you thought about it. Like, I think I mentioned it last week. My feed cost, layer feed has gone up $4 just this year alone. My whole town was without electric for about 7 hours today. Oh, really? Just came back on when you come. Well, that was nice of them to put your electric back on just so you could come on and hear me. Wasn't that nice of them? I'm glad that you were able to, and I'm glad you got your power back on. 7 hours, that's a long time to go without your power. You know, hopefully everything's all right in your refrigerator and freezer. If you kept it closed, it should be hopefully all right, especially if your freezer was packed. Yes. Okay. So yeah, but the price of everything is going up, and it's like, what do you do? And I'm thinking, unless things change, within the next couple of months, because it takes time for things to roll down to us little people. I don't even want to think about what it's going to cost for hay next year or this coming year. And I'm like, okay, I won't have Chucky to feed. Okay, so I won't have that mouth. And I'm not planning on getting another steer this year. Well, I was waiting to get to Tennessee, have the dogs fixed, and they went in heat. I can keep them separate here. Oh, okay, I hear you. Yeah. Only thing I missed was my heating pad. Oh, yes. Was it chilly up there for you, Heaven Bound? It was just comfortable this morning. I think it was 61 degrees when I got up this morning. So I had my window open all night. My husband closes his window. And it's like, the idea is to get some cross breeze, It's like, he's got no thermometer. I tease him. I say, you've got no thermometer. He'll be sitting downstairs. I'm dying in a t-shirt, sweating and everything. And he's sitting over there in his chair with a sweatshirt on and a heavy winter coat. Okay. And I'm dying. As I'm looking at him with his heavy winter coat on. I was like, are you serious? It's hot in here. And he's got no thermostat, none whatsoever. That's what I missed it without electric. I need a hot water bottle. Yes. Now with me, what's crazy is I like to keep my coffee hot. Okay. So I had a hot plate. Actually I've had several over the years, and they die and I buy a new one. Well, the last one died and I don't have a replacement, so I am kind of roughing it. It was okay during the winter when we were burning the wood stove, because I just set my coffee mug on the top of the wood stove and it kept my coffee nice and hot. So, but without the wood stove, well, then I've got the little space heater. It's one of those ones that are filled with oil, and it looks like a radiator, old time radiator. Well, I set my coffee on that, and it doesn't keep it quite as hot as a wood stove, but it keeps it a decent temperature. Okay, it has rained for 2 days now. Oh, really? Not chilly, just damp. Yeah, sometimes that's just bad. Yeah, but you're. I keep thinking you're north of me, but you're west of me, aren't you? Because I think out west they're getting more of the nasty weather, and I think just north of me they're also getting the nasty weather. We're getting some weather tomorrow. I thought we were going to get some weather today. Brick on wood stove. Oh, that might work, but did not have wood stove going. Yeah. Wasn't quite cold enough for the wood stove, was it? See, that's the thing. We haven't had a fire in the wood stove for a few days now, because it wasn't chilly enough to get it going, because it takes a while to get the coals going. I find it throws the best heat when you've got a nice bed of coals in the bottom. That's when it gets really hot. And in order to tone it down, I have to put more wood in the fire. So, yeah, so I'm trying to get my wood, stocked up for next year. So, we'll probably start ordering wood earlier than we did this last year. This year, I didn't know to order wood until we had the wood stove in. And maybe that was a mistake on my part. But, it's like, what's the sense in getting it if I don't know for sure it's going to win, So I kind of wait until, okay, it's in. Okay, we're good. We can get wood now. So, but we definitely need to stock up on wood now, so that we have it throughout the winter. And we might even use it a little bit sooner than we did last year. I'm still going to have kerosene on hand for our kerosene heater. It's just a small one, but if we have days where it is way down in the teens, the wood stove just doesn't quite get to the either end of the cabin. So now it might be better once I get the insulation finished, because that end of the cabin upstairs is not fully insulated yet. Usually I have one of those heaters in the kitchen here. Yeah, they're great. Usually have pocket heaters for hunting. Oh yeah, they're nice, but I'm out of them. First thing this week, I'm picking more up. Oh, hopefully they still have some available. The neighbor next to my property has blessed me with use of his cabin temporarily with wood stove and plenty of wood. That would be awesome. Oh, I hope you can get down there sooner than later, because really it saved you on gas for one thing. Yeah, how much longer before your dogs are no longer in heat? We had Mercy fixed. She went in heat, and it's like, there ain't no way I'm dealing with kittens. And thankfully, there was no tomcat around here. But you know what? I wasn't going to deal with it. And frankly, a cat is so much more obnoxious when they're in heat than a dog is. A dog is bad enough, but a cat is even worse. So now we haven't got Gracie fixed yet, because she went into heat too. She's about out of it, I think. So, and I want to get her fixed. Hopefully she's not much more than the cat was. But then I don't have to worry about her anymore, because I really don't want to deal with puppies or kittens. Now Sheba, I have not decided yet. It's going to cost a little bit more to have her fixed, I think. I'm sorry, I keep hitting the table. I'm a little close quarters here. But yeah, I haven't decided yet if I want to breed her or not. The person I bought her from, she kind of was saying she thinks I should breed her at least once. That's a blessing. I will pray you get there soon. Yes, for sure. I think that would be the best thing. Now, I don't know if you watch Hidden Heights. Hidden Heights Home. I think is that the right one? The right name? Sometimes I get my names mixed up. Hidden Heights Homestead, I I think it's Hidden Heights. Hidden Heights, with Sam and tell you, I'm so bad with names. There are times that her name is right on the tip of my tongue, and it's right there. And the other times I can't think of what her name is. Sam's wife. The reason I remember Sam is because he has another channel called Samcraft, and I watched that one too. But Hidden Heights. No. Oh man, I'm terrible with names. I hope another week. But next weekend it will be 22 there. Ooh, really? I can't afford to keep going back and forth. No, for sure. Well, hopefully after next week, I think next weekend is the last cold weekend. And then hopefully after that, you can go and be there for keeps. Because that would be nice. Oh, hi, Swampy Acres. How you doing? Oh, here comes Marcy. She's going to stick her nose in. Come here, my dear. Come on. Come on, Mercy. Here she is. What you doing, silly thing, huh? Yeah. She got her operation, so now she's all done. And she can go everywhere she wants to, right? Go out and catch mice. All right. Bye, Mercy. Go on. No, not on the computer. Not on the computer. Go on. So, anyways, hopefully she does not come back over here. She thinks she has to be where I am when I'm talking. And Angel is about to be. Angel was up on the bed when I first came up. But then I had to go outside for a minute, and she might have decided, well, Mom's going outside, so I guess I have to go outside. Angel's funny that way. So anyway, yeah. So what was I talking about? Hidden Heights. They're in Tennessee. They just bought property in Tennessee, and they've been working on it. And hopefully, when was it they said they're going to be moving their mobile home? I think before the end of the summer. See, next Saturday is my 65th birthday. Would be cool or crazy to count that today as my journey off grid. Oh man, I tell you, I have to try to remember to wish you a happy birthday. I'm so behind and everything is driving me nuts. Oh, I know the feeling. Have this balance. Oh, I was like, I should have had my garden boxes built by now. I really should have had them built by now, and I should have got the fence built, and I haven't got it built. And they're talking cattle panels going up in price. I'm thinking I probably should go and stock up on cattle panels. And just everything. Somebody was saying that the goat fence has tripled in price. And it's like, yeah, the fence I want to use for around the garden is under $100. Okay. So I'm going to use that, and hopefully that'll work. Because I just need to keep the critters out, and hopefully that'll work. I have not been able to homestead since 2020 when I had an injury. That's hard. That is hard, especially right now. Are you able to do anything, Swampy Acres? Anything at all? I mean, granted, doing everything is it's wearing on the body. It really is. I know one thing. We've got Chucky this year, but he's getting to the size. If he gets rambunctious when he's bigger than what he is now, I don't know. I'm hoping I can handle him. Let's just put it that way. I'm hoping I can handle him. Now I don't know what was going on yesterday, but Sheba attacked him with a growl. Be a pain in my wife butt. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. I gotta show that. Okay, that had to be cleared. Hello, Mercy. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know what was going on with Sheba and Chucky yesterday. Sheba is usually all over Chucky, licking him, wagging her tail, just loving on. All right, Mercy. What did you do, girl? Okay. Loving on Chucky, and she has always just loved Chucky. Yesterday, she attacked him twice. So I don't know what was going on. I bought 100 foot of horse fence with posts for a temporary spot for the dogs, and it came close to $400. Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping I don't have to buy posts. I'm going to have to buy some, but I've got some T-post in other places on the property where I don't need them there. I need them elsewhere. So I'm hoping I can get them out of the ground. That's the problem. Mercy, you're starting to get annoying. Anybody want a cat? What, Mercy? But you're talking. Aren't you talking to me? No, I'm not. Mercy. She's got to purr like crazy. Prayer, Swampy Acres. That's wonderful. Yes. Most men are. Okay. It'd been a battle. Yes, I'm sure. Most men are. Yep. Prayer, Swampy Acres. Nice. Oh, yeah, she's very nice. Hi, Brian's Lost Hills Homestead. I don't think I recognize you. I think you're new. I'm able to help a little. Well, you know what? Every little bit helps. It does. I mean, my husband's not able to help a lot either. Okay. He's got a certain chore that he does about once a week, roughly. And he's, he knows that that's the chore he does, and he takes care of it. Oh, so help me. Mercy, it's getting old. Hard to stand and walk. Yes. And you do what you can. Hey, you know what? If you fold towels, that's a help. Any little thing that you're able to do is helpful. So what if you can't go erect a pole barn all by your lonesome? Hey, even Danny can't do that anymore from Deep South Homestead. He can't do that kind of stuff anymore either. So we all get there. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to do what I can do. That's one reason why I want to get these garden beds done, because I don't know. I mean, I can get on the ground right now, but I don't know how much longer before I won't be able to get on the ground. All right, Mercy, you're getting, I tell you, hard to stand and walk. Yes. I'm so sorry to hear that. You do what you can, and if you can't do something, then you can't, my own father, he couldn't, growing up, he could, in my mind, his little girl, he could do anything, but then he got to a point where he couldn't, he just didn't have the strength anymore. And I want, in order to make him feel better, I want him to, help me put the railing up in my house up in New Jersey, and he had a hard time holding the drill. Okay. And I had to help him hold the drill, but he tried, and he was still, I got so much out of him. Even if he physically could not do anything, he had the mind to be able to help me. Because I asked him for, I don't know how much advice, and I wouldn't have been able to do a lot of things I do if it hadn't been for him and the advice he's given me over the years. Is it Mercy or Mercy? Mercy, because I gave her mercy. She was in the middle of the road, and she wasn't moving when I was trying to get by, and now she's going to curl up to me. You silly girl. And I stopped the truck, and I put her over to the side. She was just skin and bones. And it's frustrating when my body won't act 20 years old. I know that feeling. And then when I went to get back in my truck, she ran after me and meowed at me like, don't leave me. It's like, oh man, I can't do this. I didn't have time for this. So I stuck her in the truck. I said, I got it. You're coming with me. So, and she's been here ever since. Haven't you? Put some meat on your bones. And she has just been like, cuddles all the time. Rescue animals make the sweetest pets. Yeah, but sometimes they're obnoxious. You should have seen her. It was so funny at the vet's office. when I took her for her operation. Um, After she was done and she was she was just coming out of anesthesia, the attendants wouldn't go near her because she was growling at them. It's like, what? Mercy growling? It's like she's never ever growled at me. And and I go back there and it's like, okay, she's just coming out of anesthesia. She's not completely with it yet. And and she even growled at me, and I wasn't having any part of it. It's like, oh, come here, Mercy. And I picked her up and I called her closer. She was fine, you know. So long as I held, she recognized me. It's like she didn't know the attendant. She was just coming out of anesthesia. She did not know what was going on. And it's just defense mechanism. She probably wouldn't have hurt them, you know. But it was just too funny that the attendants would not go near her because she was growling. So, but anyway, yes, I tell you, Mercy, you are spoiled rotten. It didn't take you long to get there either, did it? Oh, I tell you. Well, anyway. Oh, I hear Sheba. You know what was so heartwarming is when we left to go to church this morning, I saw my goats across the creek up on the hillside, a very steep hillside, I might add, that I don't get up there much. But it's just like heartwarming that, okay, there they are up there where I can't go. And they are finding something to eat up there. There's not a lot right now, but there is stuff. It's starting to come out. So hopefully before too long, they will have quite a bit out there. But they make the circuit right around the cabin. Okay. They go down the road a little ways, but they tend, for the most part, to stick close to, home base, and they just kind of make the circuit around. The anesthesia for cats temporarily paralyzes them, makes them hallucinate. They use it because cats are hard to intubate. Oh, okay. Well, maybe that was it. Hallucinations. I mean, who knows? But she was back in the corner and she was growling, and it's like, okay. So I picked her up. She recognized me and she was good. So I don't know what's going to happen when I take Gracie in, but Gracie's got to be done, because I don't need her. I mean, there are dogs around. I have not seen too many dogs around here since we've gotten Sheba. When we first bought the property, when we first moved on to the property, there was quite a few dogs that would come around, and I would scare them off. I used my 38 to make a loud noise and scare them off. I didn't shoot any. I didn't need to, but I scared them off. I hope that I never have to shoot a dog. I really don't want to have to do that. I think I might have scared my neighbor because he had a dog that was coming over here looking for, I think he was looking for Gracie, because Gracie was in heat. And he went and got his dog fixed, but his dog showed up here. And I mean, I caught him. He was a good, friendly dog. And I said, if he goes after my livestock, okay, that's a different story. If I have to, I'll shoot him, but hopefully he won't. And I watched him when he was here on my property, and he didn't pay any mind to any of the animals, not the chickens, the ducks, the goats, nothing. So, and I told him, I said, look, he didn't pay any attention to the animals, to any of the livestock. So he's not bad. He's not a bad dog. Okay. I have a raccoon trying to get my 3 old hens here in the city. Oh my. Yeah, raccoons are terrible that way. I haven't had a coon here for a while. There have been coons. Because I heard coons across the creek. Was it last year? Yeah, it was before the guys moved away, my Amish guys. Because I had borrowed a one of those coon traps that they put their fist in, but I never did get it set out, and so I just give it back to them. Hopefully, I never need it, But I mean, that's part of that goes with the territory. You get all kind. And if you got coons in the city, wait till you get in the country, because you got more than coons. And I'm sure you have coyotes in Tennessee. I'm sure of it. We've got coyotes here, and we've also got bobcat and foxes. And what else do we have? Skunks. Um, I was throwing stuff towards it, and it just sat there looking at me. Oh, yeah, those city coons, they're tough, I'll tell you. Yeah. I had one get in our back porch up in New Jersey, and he was a big sucker, I'll tell you. Um, and oh, my husband was freaking out. It's like, just calm down, calm down. I took the broom to it and I shoot it out, because in New Jersey there wasn't any way I was going to be able to shoot it, you know. But yeah, those city coons are the worst, because they're not afraid of anything. But coons can be nasty anyway. I have a big possum. It felt my dog killed it. Now I have another one. Hate possums. Yes, coyotes and bobcats and more deer have moved there. Yep. And then you've got another thing you got to watch out for is weasels, mink. There's another one. Oh man, I can't think of what it is. It's a different kind of animal. But it's a predator too, and I cannot remember what it's called. It's not quite as skinny and narrow as like a mink, I think. But yes, Mercy, do you want to just take over here? Huh? Do you just want to take over? Look at you. Look at this. Look, can you at least say hi? Can you say hi? Say, I don't know about that. She says, I see you in person. I don't want to see the picture of you on the computer. Oh, no, she's going to lay down. Oh, I tell you. Oh, well, I probably should get off this computer anyway. Sorry, misspelled. Okay, fight. Okay. Fought your dog. Okay. Yeah. She thinks she's cute, Christy. I'll tell you that right now. She thinks she's cute. Don't you? She's liking the warmer weather, but she's still coming in the house probably more than she should. I was kind of hoping that with the warmer weather she'd go back to the barn, but she's been let in the house. So I'm afraid that's a problem. Oh, well. At least I was able to get rid of the litter box anyway. Sorry, all eating lunch. Oh, well, that's okay. You got to eat sometime. I have 5 Pyrenees mixes. Oh, wow. Hope bad critters stay away. Oh, yeah. That Pyrenees? No. You have 5 Pyrenees? But I'm lurking. That's okay. You can lurk. I should probably get going though. Don't forget Dizzy Doings. She posted the video on the New Jersey Freedom Convoy. So, that was impressive. That the thing is that there was gaps in the convoy because they weren't stopping the police weren't stopping traffic for the intersections. Okay. So anytime there was an intersection, that traffic light or whatnot, they had to stop and regular traffic would go through. And so, yes. Okay. Wow. 5. If you got 5, you probably ain't going to have no predator problems. And an almost 18-year-old dachshund. Got to watch the dachshund when it comes to coyotes. Coyotes look at small dogs as a snack, which is one reason why we keep Gracie on a rope right now, because she strays too far and a coyote will take her out in a second. So, but like I said, since we got Sheba, it's not quite as bad. They've come around, I think twice I've heard them since we've got her, and she's chased them right off. So, and I haven't heard them since. But anyway, okay, I gotta go. I gotta try and get something done today besides chit chat on the computer. I really do. I'm not sure what. I scrounge up some wood and see if I can't get at least one garden box built and out there. I've got ends built for one. I just got to get the rest of it built and put it in place. And hopefully this week I can start working on clearing out the run-in and the goat barn. The goat barn stuff's going to be gold, I'll tell you. And hopefully I can get some dirt. But I'll tell you, with the price of gas, I definitely got to really be careful on my trips. So, and I've got an unplanned trip that I have to make on Monday. So it's an extra one. And I'm not happy about having to do it, but it's got to be done. So have a great day. Take care. I need to get back to work. Have to space myself. Yes, I hear you. All right, that's it. I'm done. I will talk to y'all later. Have a good one.